Hello, Humanities class. I want to talk to you today about the main characters for our book, The Eagle of the Ninth. By now you have met some of them. Of course, we will start out with our main character, Marcus Flavius Aquila. He is a centurion, which means he commands 100 men. And at the beginning of the book, we found that he was put in charge of his first command. And of course, when he arrives there, he meets Centurion Drusillus, who is his second commander, what they call Optio. While serving there, he befriends a Briton, actually, named Craddock, and that Briton lives in the local village. And hopefully you have gotten far enough into the book that you've seen already some exciting battle scenes and things like that. And of course, we know that Marcus is injured, so he has to go live with his uncle Aquila. And while he is recovering, his uncle's servant Stephanos takes care of him, but Marcus decides he needs his own body slave, so he buys Esca, who is a man of Celtic descent from northern Britain, and he becomes his slave. And it's really exciting how he got to actually meet Esca as well. So hopefully you have been able to remember what happened there. Well, later in the story, he's going to meet a man named Gairn, and I'm going to let you read about that and learn about how Gairn helps him out in the end, and actually it becomes part of his adventure to go after the eagle. I also wanted to talk to you about the summary of the book and the setting. And I told you the other day that that the book was set in Britain during the time of ancient Rome's rule. And there was a history in Britain of some Celtic uprisings and some rebellion against Roman rule. And we know what we do know about Rome. We know that they didn't like that. They wanted those nations that they conquested, they felt they treated them kindly and fairly, which we know better than that. They put them into arenas and had them fight with lions, but they felt that they were justly ruling and they didn't like rebellion. And so between AD 77 and AD 83, the Romans carried out a campaign to wipe out the Celtic Druids, which lived in northern Britain. The Druids were using their influence. They had political, religious, and social influence to incite rebellion. They wanted their land back, and rightfully so, but they were kind of a barbaric people. They offered child sacrifices and did other barbaric rituals, and so they had their own problems. But regardless, they didn't like the fact that Rome had taken over their land and they wanted it back. So the Romans carried out a campaign to wipe out the Druids. And it was at that time that Emperor Hadrian, Rome's emperor, built the wall, which is called Hadrian's Wall. And some of you might be familiar with that. Part of it still exists in England. But north of that was considered wilderness, and Romans did not go north of Hadrian's Wall. They knew that their lives were in danger when they went there. The Druids remained there, still lived there, and that's where they believed the eagle was. So as we get into it, you'll see as they venture north of Hadrian's Wall that things really get exciting. So keep reading. Hopefully by Friday, you will have read through chapter 9. Talk to you soon.